Joining me right now is Arizona Senate candidate, Republican Congresswoman Martha McSally. It's good to see you, Congresswoman.
Good to see you, too.
You know, I guess it's, well, let's talk about Secretary of State Pompeo first, and then we can get to the VA thing, because it's disappointing, I suppose, if someone can destroy you with a bunch of allegations, but such is the political world we live in. But first, let's start with Secretary Pompeo. What is it like there in D.C. when you're in such an environment that, you know, someone like Pompeo is going off to North Korea, and that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Sitting down with Kim Jong-un to negotiate some kind of process so that we can denuclearize this country. In the meantime, things are so divided where you are that, you know, they're trying to hold up his confirmation. They weren't able to do it, but they certainly tried.
They did.
What is that like to be around that kind of partisanship?
It's unfortunate, because these positions are so important for the security of our country, which everybody should agree on. Mike Pompeo is a patriot. He served his country in uniform. He's done a great job as a CIA director. And look, it shows the double standard and the obstructionism by the Democrats in the Senate. If you look at Hillary Clinton, most Republicans didn't agree with Hillary Clinton being the Secretary of State, but she was confirmed within single-digit days, nearly unanimously, because it's the president's prerogative to pick his cabinet, and the Senate just needs to make sure that there's no other ethical issues in their background. So this is just an example of how insane this place has become, that they are dragging things out while the world is burning and actually trying to stop an American patriot like Mike Pompeo serving in a top post at a time we need him more than ever. So thanks for the persistence to push that through, but it really is unfortunate and an unnecessary delay.
I hate seeing it. I hate the political infighting and bickering and the tone that we are seeing from Washington right now. And let's face it, this is partly why Donald Trump was elected. Americans are really sick of that. And you guys, you know, your approval ratings are still pretty lousy. But doesn't this relate as well to Ronny Jackson, in that, you know, here's someone who has given his life to public service and has been well regarded by different administrations, well thought of, and all of a sudden he's up for a big gig, and all this stuff comes out, you know, people coming out of the woodwork anonymously, you know, potentially threatening his career going forward, to the point where he has to take his name out of the running. I mean, that's kind of a sad thing for our country and any future politicians and members of the administration.
I think it's very sad, and I think it's a deterrent for good people stepping up to serve. I mean, he's an admiral, and President Obama, in his evaluation in 2016, said he should continue to be promoted ahead of his peers. So this is an extreme double standard. I've never met Admiral Jackson, but it looks like a political hit job, where, again, if people just don't agree with the nomination of the duly elected president who gets to pick his cabinet, then this is how they treat them. And I think that's going to deter a lot of other people to step up and serve in these different positions. Those of us who served in uniform get so frustrated with this. You know, in a lot of ways, that's why we jump in, because we're willing to serve despite the attacks and despite the challenges. But it's really unfortunate. And
you're running for Senate, so you're exposing yourself as well to all kinds of things. But let me ask you about another big issue, which I know is important to you in your Senate bid. I know it's important to you as a Congresswoman. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, he's threatening to sue ICE officials, federal ICE officials, after a raid on an upstate dairy farm. And there are reports that armed agents did not identify themselves and they didn't produce a warrant before arresting a farm worker in Rome, New York. There are also reports, Congresswoman, that agents destroyed the phone of the owner who tried to videotape this arrest and then handcuffed him. So now Mr. Cuomo has sent a cease and desist letter to ICE calling their conduct un-American. Let me share this with you here. Watch.
We believe ICE is violating the law and endangering public safety in all of those instances. And we're going to put them on notice today that if they continue, the state will sue them, period. Because the state has the responsibility for upholding the constitutional rights of the people who live in New York.
But we're just going in circles, right? I mean, I'm sorry, but if we are a country, we have rules, we have laws, and it is up to our federal ICE officials to enforce that. How does New York suddenly think that they can get away with things that our country does not allow?
Right, and actually what's endangering public safety, ironically, are the policies of cities like New York and states like California. It looks like Cuomo's on a race to the bottom here for sanctuary cities and sanctuary states that actually are releasing violent criminals into communities to commit more crimes and endanger communities instead of handing them over to federal officials. So they actually have to now go out and find them in communities. MS-13 has a stronghold in New York, and because of these dangerous policies, and it looks like some politics going on with Governor Cuomo, he's being now attacked from the left. He's not doing enough on these sanctuary policies. Shoot, he called himself an undocumented immigrant a few weeks ago, trying to cater to the extreme left, which is laughable. And now he's got this going on. I think people are starting to see what the real danger is, are the policies of cities and states in New York, California, and others that are putting criminals back on the streets instead of handing them over to federal officials.
Congresswoman McSally, thank you very much. It's so good to see you as always.
Good to see you too.